And boys, we're here with our first ability breakdown of Madden 25. Now, before we get into our first position group, we're going to go offense, then defense. And also, we're going to be doing like positional breakdowns. So the first thing we're going to do is talk about quarterback right here.
Before we get into today's video, I do want to talk about our sponsor real quick, MMOEXP.com. If you guys want an alternative to buying packs, consider buying coins at MMOEXP and make sure to use code DILL at checkout for 5% off your order.
I think you have two strategies that I think are really effective. And the first option is what I'm running and what I think is the best. It's going to be a gift wrap quarterback. Now, again, today we're talking about specific abilities, which some cards it is card specific, but gift wrap quarterback can also be Michael Penix Jr. It can be Kirk Cousins from the field pass. So you can get up to an 85 by leveling up. Now, additionally, we do have the base X factors like Gambit, Dots, Pro Reads, Running Gun, and these are all things you could run if you have an X factor spot, but we'll get into X factor specific players in a second. But yeah, one of my favorite abilities on quarterback last year, and it's going to be the same this year, is going to be that gift wrapped ability. Now, the description of it says it's higher chance to complete passes to uncovered targets. What I think this does a great job with is the fact that a lot of times if you even like regular pass lead, sometimes your receiver will get like a diving animation. It'll just like hit off their face mask or hit off their hands. And really, gift wrap for me is just an ultimate don't get cheated ability, which if we're going to be honest, there's a lot of like BS that can happen to you in this game. Again, receivers can drop open passes at times. And really with how the game plays right now, I think just getting something like a gift wrapped on the quarterback to just make sure you don't get unlucky is really nice to get. However, though, there are some other interesting things you can do, and two quarterbacks I want to talk about with that is CJ Stroud and also Tom Brady. Now, what these cards get right here, okay, CJ Stroud's going to be our example. They can get the Hot Route Master X Factor for 1 AP. Now, this isn't something that's going to start on. Like, it's not going to be an AKA style X Factor that we'll cover in a little minute, but Hot Route Master for 1 AP, if you complete some in-game objectives, you could potentially unlock this ability, which if you can get this, getting Hot Route Master is kind of crazy. I think the number one route that we're missing from a lot of formations is the zig route, man. I don't know about y'all, but them taking away that from just the base hot routes, I didn't realize how much I use zigs until they took it away from us, man. So yeah, I'm a big fan of these route apprentice style abilities that we'll also talk about in a minute as well. Now, the one downside of CJ Stroud is you can't take off the persistence, so you're kind of locked in spending 2 AP, but we have another option right here with Tom Brady as well. And again, Tom Brady can also get that Hot Route Master X Factor for 1 AP this time. And with Tom Brady as well, we have our final strategy for quarterback right here. It's going to be the Gunslinger. So Gunslinger grants faster passing speed, and like Hot Route Master, this isn't going to be something that starts on. If you get this active, man, again, it makes throwing the ball even easier. So I think in the dream world, you would get like a Gunslinger gift wrap combo, but I don't believe any quarterback in the game can currently get that. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the quarterback position right here. Other people that can get the Gunslinger, Josh Allen as well. So that was everything that I liked for quarterback. Now let's go ahead and go to running back right here. At running back, I think you're kind of tied to AKA X factors. There are some things like Energizer, some stamina abilities that I do like, and Ricky Williams, for instance, can get the reach for it too. I think those are all like okay things, but my favorite thing on running back, again, gonna be the AKA X factor. And I think the best one is still evasive on this Chris Johnson, the CJ2K, and it starts on for 4 plays, grants steerable spin and juke moves. I know the spin move isn't as crazy as it once was, but just honestly making defenders dumb out with the juke or the spin, man, I think this does lead to a lot of broken tackles still. But if you're not using CJ2K with that, I think it's gotta be Marshawn Lynch right here. Again, the 2 AKA cards. Now Marshawn Lynch overall gets the best X factor, so probably you should have used him as an example. So he gets the evasive, just like Chris Johnson, but on top of that, you could go the bruiser, which is instead of juke and spin, it's truck and stiff arm. I don't think this was that crazy when I used it, but I think the number one thing, going back to like the Hot Route Master style ability earlier with CJ Stroud, you get running back apprentice that starts on for 4 plays. And I think the biggest route you get from this is that angle route. A lot of formations don't have stock angle routes, so just being able to get that on your running back, I think it can really help every single offense. So right now, my recommendation would be gift wrapped and then running back apprentice on the Marshawn Lynch card. Now, another card I want to talk about right here is going to be another AKA option. It's going to be a fullback. Now, this is not going to be every single person's scheme, but I did want to mention Kyle Juszczyk, aka Juice right here. And what I wanted to talk about on him was honorary lineman. Now, I do want to say the run game as a whole not really too good. I think you get a ton of just like, it's honestly to me feels like random sheds. And I think the adaptive AI is kind of like a little bit too much right now in the run game. But honorary lineman is an ability that can help you. So if you're more of a run heavy style player, I'd recommend trying this and even playing this card at like a tight end spot or a receiver. But after fullback right here, we are going to go to receiver, where I think really we only need to talk about one card right here. We do have the runoff elite on DJ Moore. Like I said with Kyle Juszczyk, could help your run game pop a little bit more. I don't think it makes the world of difference. The number one card that we have to talk about, and really, yeah, the only one is going to be Maserati Marv right here, which he gets 2 X factors that I think is kind of crazy. So first off, gets double me that starts on for 3 plays. It is all 3 of your AP on offense, so you would only be able to run 0 AP X factors on top of this. But when I tell you, you can throw just the most absurd things to this card with double me, it is actually pretty crazy. And besides that, he also gets the wide receiver apprentice ability as well. So wide receiver apprentice is going to be every single hot route in the game. And again, it starts on for 4 plays. Very similar thoughts to this in the hot route master and also the running back apprentice one. My setup for offense would be wide receiver apprentice, running back apprentice, and also gift wrapped on the quarterback. Those are the 3 abilities that I like the most, but we do have one more card to talk about right here on offense. And of course, it's going to be the tight end spot right here where we got to talk about the Duke. And again, this is another X Factor player right here. And what he can get that I think is really nice, of course, is the tight end apprentice. I think red zone threat, spin cycle was really, really good when the spin move was crazy. But now tight end apprentice, again, like running back apprentice and also wide receiver apprentice, gives you access to all the hot routes. My favorite thing to put Vernon Davis on with this is a tight end angle route, which again is just a route that you don't get in every single formation. And I think another good setup on offense is tight end apprentice, running back apprentice, and also wide receiver apprentice with Maserati Marv, Marshawn Lynch, and the Duke. So yeah, I think you do have some options on offense, but these were some of my favorite setups, some of my favorite abilities slash X factors you could run. Now we're going to go to the defensive side of the ball right here, where we can kind of break it down into secondary and defensive line. And there's a little bit of linebacker stuff that I do want to talk about too. And we'll go over that first. So one of the first abilities I want to talk about that I think is good, I think there's more impactful things right now. It's going to be the Stonewall ability. So what Stonewall does, prevents additional yardage gains while tackling, basically eliminates tackle battles. And what it also does is, and if you use this in the pass game at all, it lights up kind of crazy. It almost seems like it's kind of like a knockout ability. In my opinion, it's more like a placebo thing, but seeing it light up, it gets a little scary, man. And yeah, I like Stonewall as an ability. It does help and it makes a difference, and something I did want to mention. And the other like linebacker style ability, I don't want to call Stonewall linebacker style ability, but it is going to be on All Pro Fred, where I do not know where he is, but we do have the card ourselves, so we can pull him up ourselves right here. But the ability that I like on him, or the X Factor, I'm calling X Factor's abilities, well, I like Avalanche and downhill hit 6 force fumbles. I like it, and this is something that a lot of people are starting to just run on conservative too. And with the boom tech style of hit sticks being on conservative, you really don't fumble, but Avalanche could help you get some of those fumbles even on conservative. So it's something that I did want to mention. I don't think it's the best in the game. It's not what I'm recommending to run, but it's something, again, wanted to mention. Now we get to talk about the secondary right here, which I think you should either all out go secondary abilities or you should go D-line. And the first card we got to talk about right here is the Gauntlet Reward Christian Gonzalez, because as this card, I believe he is the first person in the game to get Pick Artist for 2 AP. That is a base ability. Like, this isn't the X Factor that starts on and off. He gets Pick Artist. He's going to catch his interceptions. Christian Gonzalez being able to get this, you know, I know he's going for like 2 million coins and he's the Gauntlet Reward, but if you watch the MCS games at all, everyone was using this card with Pick Artist just because you have a piece on defense that can catch his picks, and a piece in the secondary you can combo with them is someone like a Paul Krause, a center fielder, or like a Big Play Slay, which both of the cards, Big Play Slay and also Paul Krause, get the same abilities that I'm about to talk about anyway. And for all 3 of your AP, you could go another Pick Artist right here as well. Now this is the AKA one. It starts on and goes off. Or another strategy we can talk about is getting someone like Paul Krause or Darius Slay and then getting the AKA Pick Artist, but now 2 additional pieces on defense can now get the knockout abilities, like a deep zone knockout right here that you can run on Darius Slay, and say we're playing Paul Krause at the top safety spot and he gets that AKA Pick Artist ability for 1 AP. That now leaves us with an additional 1 AP, and what I would spend that on, and I don't love the way this card plays, but just talking about his X Factor right here, universal coverage. coverage. So getting a deep zone knockout, a universal, and a pick artist, really all out embracing, trying to get some knockouts right here. And universal is something that can work in man coverage as well. I don't think that's a bad strategy at all. So yeah, for the secondary, I'm either all out going pick artist or some knockout abilities, the AKA X Factor. Now that was everything I wanted to cover in the secondary. Let's talk about D-line right here, where honestly, I think this may be the best X Factor in the game. It's going to be Mark Gastineau right here, and it's Blitz. Blitz starts on for one play. On-field blockers have the resistance bars wiped. Now, what this X Factor does a good job of, in my opinion, is just getting more consistent sheds. Basically, the O-line will never build up blocker resistance, so your 3-man rush, your 4-man rush should be a lot more consistent, and the line isn't going to build up resistance to their pass rush moves. So I love this Blitz X Factor. I would recommend running it. I would even say go AKA Blitz with the pick artist on Christian Gonzalez. I think that's a great setup as well. Now, something I like with the Blitz X Factor as well is this AKA double or nothing ability. Now, you can't run them both on Mark Gastineau, but you can combo Mark Gastineau with someone, and there's going to be one right here, AKA Joe Klecko. So again, we have Blitz for 1 AP right now. What you can run on this card is AKA Edge Threat. So again, we'll talk about the double or nothing in a second, but AKA Edge Threat, again, this is another ability that can help boost your pass rush, which again, for me, this is what I'm running right now. I'm running the Blitz, I'm running the Edge Threat on Joe Klecko, and joining them, this is going to be my nose tackle right here. And what I noticed is at the DT spot, I feel like you get the most amount of one-on-ones. And Mean Joe Green, I am all aboard the hype train of this card, man. I think he's really, really great in like a 3-down lineman set. I think you can also make him work in 4-down lineman if you can get him consistent one-on-ones. But yeah, on this Mean Joe Green card, again, you do have the AKA double or nothing. So we have 3 pass rush abilities right there that I think, again, can give you really consistent sheds. And I love the double or nothing on Mean Joe Green. And besides that too, he can get a run stuffer, but I already feel like the run defense in this game is already good enough. I don't think you need it. I think the boost in pass rush is definitely noticeable. So for me right now, I'm all out going D line, but you can go secondary. I don't hate the stone walls. I don't hate running avalanche either. I think all those make sense. Yeah, boys. This was my thoughts on the best abilities in Madden 25 Ultimate Team that you can currently run. More along the lines of like Superstar X Factors, I guess. But yeah, I hope y'all did enjoy the video, man. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Madden 25 Ultimate Team content just like this. Now, if you guys do want to go ahead and see me use these cards live on stream or this ability setup live on stream, been streaming here on both YouTube and Twitch to watch on the YouTube. Make sure to hit that noti bell as well. You'll be notified every time I upload or go live here. Or if you want to watch on the Twitch, check the links in the description, hit that Twitch with a follow. But if you guys do want another video to watch, check out this one right here.